Hey GH peeps, welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things General Hospital. Today's late night review is for Wednesday. It's hump day, y'all. Whoop whoop. Hey, whoop whoop. We made it. We're halfway through the week and I am 2 more days closer to vacation. I can't wait, guys. I need this so freaking bad. Yes, I will be doing daily recaps still on my vacation because it's not a job. This is not a job for me. I find this to be fun. I like the community experience of talking about General Hospital. You know what I'm saying? Getting the different perspectives. So I will be doing my daily recaps while I'm on a vacation because I'm not going to be doing much else but just, lounging outside in the beautiful weather. But anyway, moving along. Welcome new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the couch. I hope I earn your subscriptions. Thank you, my continuing subscribers, for staying with me all this time and not saying, oh my gosh, she's so annoying, and hanging the phone up or putting your phone down or turning your laptop off or however you are streaming my show or my review. Anyway. Thank you guys for continuing to stay strong with me and being patient with me, and thank you new guys for coming along to hang out with us. How was GH for you guys today? Any feels, thrills, oh my god, I need to take a pill to keep watching this boring ass show. Where's the juice? Did you have any highlight moments? If you did, please leave them in the comments. I love comments. I love, corresponding with my peeps. I love talking about General Hospital. I love talking about old school General Hospital. We was on the live the other day talking about old school General Hospital, and man, yeah, if I ever do a live later on in the future, that will probably be my first one. I love old school GH. But anyway, moving along. Let's talk about current GH. And it starts off at Home with Heart with Miss Haven. And yes, she was misbehaving like she always does. Lucy, Maxie, and Scotty are entering into the Home and Heart. And they got Scotty along as lawyer strength, and Maxie's on her telephone, texting away, trying to get some stuff together. I really like the position she's. I really hope that Brooklyn gives her some of that deception, because Maxie's busting her ass off. But moving along, of course, Miss Haven wouldn't be herself if she didn't bring up the Deceptor and the property theft situation going on. And Lucy's like, Haven, girl, we is good. Chill out. We is good. But, P.S., I did bring Scotty. So if you try to be naughty like you was the last time with the baby crying and all that, we gonna have issues, and I will sue the socks off your feet. Which he had prompts Scotty to go up there and tell her the same thing. And Miss Haven's like, no, we let go of that producer. And, that was the producer. And Scotty's like, yeah, that's some bullshit. That was you. And it ain't happening this time, because I will gladly sue you. Gladly. And we all know Scotty. He loves a good lawsuit. And Miss Haven says, well, we gonna be good, but as long as everything else is good. And speaking of that, where is your face of deception at? Don't tell me she's in the bathroom powdering her nose. I love the shade, honey. I love the shade. And Lucy's like, I can tell you where you could shove up your nose. And Maxie has to, come on now, Lucy. Calm down. You see Maxie put that hand up. Calm down, homie. Calm down. I love it. I love them. I love that whole entire thing. It's beautiful to me. I love to see strong women. Lucy tells her to shove it up her nose. Then lets her know that Scotty's here, like I said, in case you start to act a fool. And then Sasha shows up looking all beautiful and glamorous, and she's ready to go in. But she also warns Miss Haven, no funny shit, or I'm walking off the set. Go ahead on, Sasha. Stretch yourself, girl. She's looking good, ain't she? Just had a kid. And then Maxie surprises, when they start to shoot, Maxie's like, hold up. Because she went in the back to have to make a mash dash, like, where are you? These are instructions, and you got to follow them, and woo, 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 woo. Guess who's now the male face of deception? Cody freaking Bell. Now, he does got the good chiseled bone structure, so I can see that. I can see that. But basically, the new line is to pimp out the Deceptor to men to help with their grays and all their old raggedy, ruggedy skin. Moving along, Sasha and, of course, Cody blow out the promo and they sell out a Deceptor in no time. And they're all oohs and oohs, and Lucy's like, yeah, I'm feeling it too. But downside is Sasha is not feeling it, not because she's not feeling Cody, but because she is feeling Cody. And she has feelings for Cody. That's what she tells Maxie, while Cody is standing in the background listening. Now, I don't know if she said, because I might have fast forwarded to that part. I don't think I did, but I might have. But I don't know if she's, she said why she's not wanting to get with Cody. I know I did see previews saying that, she just doesn't think this is the right time and all that like that. But moving along, I don't know. If she did mention it in this one, guys, let me know. Please let me know in the comments. Moving along, Mr. Roger Cyrus meets Austin at the GH stairwell. Cyrus is like he's a good villain. I'm going to enjoy having him on the show. And he tells Mr. Austin that he's radiating in stress and he needs God. He needs to find God. It's not healthy to be looking this way. I mean, he's just all Mr. Casual. Like I said, he's really got this Mr. Creepy, scary Mr. Roger thing really going down. Moving along, Austin's just mad because he's like, dude, why are we meeting? And why are we meeting? And why are we meeting in a public place? And Cyrus is telling him to cool it out, chill out, and that he's got Lollipop in check. And Austin's like, yeah, you mean that he's going to tell them that I did it, that I was the one, and Donnie says, nah, man, ye of little faith. Austin, so Cyrus is crazy. You have little faith, man. I worked Mason out. He's good. He's going to do that 20 to 10. Of course, he's going to say he had no intention on killing Ava. And then Austin says, oh, he truly intended on killing Ava. Or should we say unaliving Ava. I got so happy. I got so into that. I just forgot where I was at. Where did he get Dante? Oh, and then Austin then turns around and tells Cyrus to get Dante, Detective Falconeri, off his back because he's getting pressured. Nothing better not happen to Dante. I mean, I'm not a Dante fan. He just looks good. Well, he used to look way better until they aged him. I don't know why they're making him look aged up like his daddy. And then Cyrus reminds Austin who is in control when Austin plays the victim card, talking about, I'm the victim. I did everything you told me to do, and you won't leave me alone. Cyrus checks his ass real quick and lets him know that the only reason why he's free and happy is because of him, keeping Mason in line. So you better redneck recognize. And then let me see where they go. Austin wants to be free, but Austin's like, I just want to be free. I'll pay you back. He's like, man, I don't want your money. Nope. I gave you the very life you're living. Now, guys, does that symbolize that he is the father, or that he just paid for his life that he's living? Because we still don't know if it's like Cyrus Austin's dad. Because for just a second when he said that, it made me think, is that his dad? But I don't know. He says, I gave you the life you're living. And normally that's a parent thing that says that. And I want gratitude, respect, and loyalty. Or you can play with a Mason and end up in jail, which Austin calms all that heat and rhetoric down and says, I'm going to comply. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to, be booty meat in jail. Booty meat. Well, I'm just saying. You know what they did. You know how it go down in there. And then we go over to the Ashford resident, and Mr. Curtis, as Marshall's walking in, he sees Mr. Curtis meditating. And Marshall's like, whoa, I didn't even know you was into that, son. He's like, yeah, I've been trying it out lately, but it's really hard because I can't stop my mind from moving around, and I gotta, focus on being calm and in the moment. And Marshall is like, well, and Marshall lets him know he meditates and that he's been meditating for years. And Curtis is like, why you never tell me that, man? He was like, well, after you got injured, I didn't want to be one of the many voices that was in your head. And I was hoping that you would find meditation on your own. And Curtis asked his dad, like, well, did it help you? And Marshall's like, yeah, it helped me greatly. And he tells him how he, met another musician. The musician told him that's how he was able to play, really get in touch with his music. And Marshall says one time he was meditating and he got so deep into his meditation that he seen his boys playing. He felt the warmth of the sun and smelt the green grass. And he knew right then and there that he had to come home to his family. And Curtis is like, well, I don't know if they're meditating or what, but I'm sure glad to have you home, Pop. And his pop looked at him like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around, son. But he didn't say that. But his face was like, did I miss any parts of that? Marshall says it's like when he improvises on playing his clarinet solo, not focusing, just feeling the music. Moving along. And Diane and Alexis. Now it's always a wonderful day when I can see Diane Miller walk into the building. I love me some Diane. I love when she first came on the show representing Sonny when he started Alcazar. And ever since then, I was hoping that I was watching it up to when she showed because I wanted to see how she entered in. I love old school GH. I told you guys that. And they meet up at the Metro, and Diane orders an Arnold Palmer spiked with bourbon. I'm gonna have to try that while I'm out of town. See, I'm a whiskey bourbon girl. I drink, what is it, Bulliet? And that's whiskey rye? Which is basically bourbon, whiskey bourbon. It's so good, guys. It's too smooth. It will have you, if you abuse it, it will abuse you back. And not like you'll be like one of those sloppy drunks, but I have seen people like, I can drink it, it tastes so good, I'm born to this. And all of a sudden they outside looking out the window crying, singing the whiskey blues. Yeah. I might have to try that on my vacay. And Alexis orders her one without the bourbon, of course. And they talk about their, let's see, Alexis says, because she says spiked with bourbon. And then, of course, Diane asks, is that okay? And Alexis is like, sure, spike it away, and orders her one without the bourbon. They catch up, and and who wants to talk about each other's misery first? There's a game of rock, scissors, and papers. And as Diane's going for the action to do it, Alexis looks off and sees her daughters hanging out, and she's all like, oh. And then Diane's like, I lost you already. I wish they would have gave Diane like a family or something to have, just not made her propping up for everybody. I love her character. And they're talking, and she's like, so they made up, and she's like, yeah, but they'll always be scratchy because they're sisters, and this is true. I have 5 sisters, 2 brothers. Well, yeah, 5 sisters, and I'm the oldest. Yes, I know. My mama was crazy. My parents were nuts. Anyway, moving along. They're really scrappy, but she's happy that they're back together. They discuss Mr. Robert D.A. Scorpio and his exes. Which basically was at Holly and Anna. And how his recent loyalty thing has come to play where, Anna's all going through this thing behind Charlotte, and Robert is, doing his best to be there for her. And Alexis says, well, this kind of must be hurting your heart because once again, y'all thing is being derailed. And Diane responds with, and I want to make sure I say exactly what she said. Where is it at? Diane knows it's an ironic I can't say the word, conundrum. She likes his loyalty, and she knows that Robert is making her a priority, which he's really trying to do that. And this detour is just the highway of love, but it's not a dead end. And it's just like, okay, what's up with all these car metaphors? Because Diane was saying car metaphors throughout the whole entire time. And I think that's where her and Robert bond. And as a car girl, I like plants. I'm a horticulturalist. I'm a patient advocate. I'm a community advocacy person. I love recycling. And I'm a car person. I love classic cars. My dream car is a 1972 two-door Chevy Chevelle. Look it up. It's beautiful, beautiful piece of machinery. Beautiful, beautiful. Moving along, I had one. Then we got divorced, and then I didn't have one. Well, we had to sell it. That's what happened. I didn't just lose it. Moving along, Diane thinks, and then Diane thanks Alexis for listening to her, and Alexis is like, well, you're always listening to me. That's what besties are for. They thank each other for dinner, and as Alexis is getting up so she can get back to work, Diane gets a call from Mr. Robert Scorpio. She's like, oh, are your ears burning? Because I was just talking about you. And Alexis is walking out, and she sees the lady cleaning out Molly and Christina's table, and she sees Christina's tablet, and she tells the waitress that she can take my daughters were sitting here. I could take her tablet back, okay? Now, in the real life, no. We don't just be handing out people's property. Ma'am, I don't know who you are. But soap opera life, here you go. She probably didn't want to deal with her being, that was a little Karen-y. Was that a little Karen-y? I could be wrong. Me and Alexis have a love-hate relationship. Moving along, I would like to see Alexis as a lawyer back, though, because that's when she really was brass-knuckling it. Moving along, Molly and Christina drink wine, and Molly discusses leaving. She's helping her sister with some paperwork for the youth center that opens on June 2024. And while they're talking about it, Molly's like, oh, my baby's going to be coming up there to your opening. Yeah, that's going to be so awesome. And I'm really thinking about leaving my job so I can be there for TJ and the baby. I got to put my family first. I can't be working 80 hours a day, or 80 hours a week, staying away from my family. And Christina's really blown away by Molly saying that. And she's like, well, I just really want to put my family first. That's so heartbreaking that while she's talking about that, Andre's meeting TJ at the hospital to let them know that she miscarried the baby. And she told TJ that she had went to another hospital, and she started cramping that night, went to the hospital, the bleeding, it just was bad, okay? And TJ was, you could tell he was like, what? He was shooketh. He was shooketh. His eyes was brimming red, and he was like, well, it's, I know you didn't do anything to hurt this miscarriages happen all the time, and you just need to take care of yourself and rest and recover, and do what you need to do, and we'll have you see the doctor again, and we can always try again. And she was like, no, I don't think I can do this again. I just don't think I could do this again. And TJ really looked upset about that part, and he asked her, has she told Molly? And she's like, no, I just couldn't do that. I just couldn't tell her. He says, well, it should be me to tell her. It should be me. And, they say their goodbyes. And then TJ goes to Portia, which is kind of strange. He doesn't go to Curtis, but I guess he's at work, so that makes sense. And he tells her what happened. And he's like, I have to tell Molly, and I just don't know how to tell her. I don't know how to tell her this. I just don't know how to tell her this, I always felt like it was kind of rushed of us doing it. And here we are. And she got pregnant, and I started having all these feelings and all these visions of me and my baby, and just us being a family, and me being a dad and holding my kid, and now Andre has lost our baby. He said our baby, and then he says, well, me and Molly's baby. And Portia does her best to comfort him, and she lets him know not to let this build a wall between him and Molly, and that they can get through this as long as they have each other. And so Portia goes and does whatever she needs to do, and Tej calls Christina and lets her know that he needs to see her at home. And she's like, "Oh, babe, I'm glad you called because I'm not going to be home for a while. I had to meet with Christina to do some papers and stuff." And he's like, "No, I really need you home now." She's like, "Well, honey, I was only talking about an hour." So he says, "No, I need you home now. It's important." And you can see in her face, she's like, so I'm guessing that's going to be tomorrow's show. That's real sad. Miscarriage is horrible. And people are like, or, you know, I heard some people like, well, she went even that far along to a new parent. Hell, even an old parent, miscarriage is not a great thing. It's a grief process. Doesn't matter how far along or how short along you were, you get attached to that idea that you're about to be a parent and you're about to have this new person in your life. And that's hard. That's hard. So I don't think we should be joking about, you know, like, it was only a couple of weeks or 6 weeks or 7 weeks. Yeah. But in real life, that hurts people. It's happened to people close to me, and it's hurtful. It's hurtful when you have an expectation of having a beautiful child, and then that's gone. But anyway, we're going to go back to the Ashford house where Portia's walking in to Curtis, and Curtis tells him about how him and his dad bonded over the connection and love for meditation. And Portia's like, "Well, I can see that with Marshall's laid back life, but you?" And he was like, "Yeah, you know, I'm trying to really, you know, center myself." And he says, "What's wrong, baby?" And she said, "Well, I just had some bad news at work." And she sits down and she just, you know, she starts telling him how thankful she is to have Trina and how she's happy that he was able to give her that because her life would have been empty. And he's like, "You care to tell me? Was it you lost a patient or something?" And she was like, "No, it's just a change of perspective. You know, I'm just seeing how empty my life would have been if I hadn't had Trina." And I'm sitting here wondering why she didn't tell him that his nephew lost his kid. You know, and maybe she's like, "Well, that's not really my story to tell," but I don't know. Like my family, they're married. They be telling their spouses everything. I'm the single one. Well, you know, I'm an ex-wife. Like I'm like, why you ain't gotta tell him what we talking about? He's like, "Well, you know, we tell you, we talk. That's how we talk." I'm like, what? So I don't know. As you know, and I'm listening in. I ain't gonna lie. I talked to my when I was married, I talked to my husband about everything. Everybody business, he heard it all. So, and yes, we were the couple that would be sitting back like, "That's what you talking about?" Like I said, we good friends still. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move on and let go. That's what, you know, whatever. I'm a Sagittarius, that's easy for us to do. But anyway, I think that's it. If I did miss anything, guys, let me know in the comments. I hope you have an amazing day tomorrow, and I hope you have a really good night and sleep well. And thank you so much, new subscribers and my continuing subscribers. Oh man, guys, I just love you guys, and not in a weird way, but I do. Thank you for hanging out with me and sitting on the couch and talking about our favorite soap opera. Like and subscribe if you like the content. Share the page if you like the content. Be amazing and have a great one. Mwah! Talk to you later.